Oh, the chickens came home to roost today. I enjoyed it. And I have a feeling you guys know why I'm laughing. So I'm not going to get into it, except for one thing. Julie Chen, your house of cards fell down. I love it. I found it to be funny. I didn't shed a tear. It was beautiful. So let's talk about it. Shall we? Hey everyone, this is your girl Miss Local back for another video, and I'm going to talk about Julie Chen exiting the talk via satellite. The chick is gone. She is officially no longer the queen of CBS. You know her little reign that she had where her husband was ruling, he got fired from CBS as CEO. Now, if you was following the news on Thursday when she was hosting Big Brother and when she signed off, for the first time she had said, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Never in the 18 years of hosting the show, she never said her married last name. But on Thursday evening, she signed off as Julie Chen Moonves, and that was a bad look. So she is standing by her man, which I knew she was going to do. And people say, she can't stay on the talk. She can't. So I knew she was going to resign, but I didn't know it was going to be this swift. So she announced today that she was leaving the talk. And I didn't know she was doing this until like a couple of hours ago, because I was like, this story is getting really drawn out. I need her to go and leave and bye-bye. So according to the news outlets, they basically said that she was going to send a message announcing her resignation from the show. Now, supposedly she was supposed to do it earlier. So I was running to basically try to catch it, but then I missed it. So then I was like, I missed it already. But then I found out she actually did it at the end of the show, which I thought was actually more appropriate to do. And to me, I will say that this is poetic justice, because you basically, throughout the whole years of the show, because my mom watched it when it first happened, show first aired, and I never liked it, but the only reason why my mom did tolerate it was because Holly Robinson Pete was on the show. And when Holly Robinson Pete didn't refuse to kiss her and Sharon Osbourne's ass, she left. And afterwards, Leah Remini followed. And when those two left, they were replaced by Cheryl Underwood and Aisha Tyler. And I think what she was trying to do was trying to mimic The View with having those two there as having like two black women. But she carefully put black women who didn't have children. The same with Eve. Eve is a stepmom, but she doesn't have biological kids. And that was my greatest criticism of the show. But I'm going to read the article that was posted according to People magazine. And it says, Julie Chen gets emotional discussing the talk after her husband Lynn Moonves CBS ousted. So it says Julie Chen has officially announced her plan to step down as co-host of the talk. So it says Chen addressed her departure in a videotaped message to viewers on Tuesday's episode of the popular daytime talk show. Right now, I need to spend more time at home with my husband and our young sons, she said, so I've decided to leave the talk. She became emotional as she thanked her fellow host and crew members behind the scenes, calling them all her family. She said, I know this show and the sisterhood it stands for will live on for many, many years to come. She concluded. As it says, after the video finished playing, Cheryl Underwood, she was crying. Sarah Gilbert said goodbye to Chen on behalf of the women. So this was the message that Julie Chen read. For 8 seasons. Wait, hold on. I think I'm going to say, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I don't want to mess this up. Okay. Hold on. So basically, this is what it says according to this is what she said. She said, according to Julie Chen, this is what she read. Right now, I need to spend more time at home with my husband and our young son. So I've decided to leave the talk. As you all know, I love you all, and I know the show and the sisterhood it stands for will live on for many, many years to come. And she called the host and her crew her family. So basically, she went on to talk about Eve and the different ladies of the show. And what she said about Eve was pretty nice. She said, "You're the newest one at the table, but I feel like I've known you forever. You are even more beautiful on the inside than out on the outside. And that's even possible, if that's even possible, because I think you're flawless." This is what she said about Cheryl Underwood. "Thank you for being my go-to partner," she said. "Your wit and timing and humor and compassion and intelligence is simply unparalleled." To Sarah Gilbert and Sharon Osbourne, who started to talk with me, I spent every day with you both. I will always treasure our friendship, the great parenting advice from both of you, and the memories and laughs and all the private jokes that the three of us have shared. We are the original Three Musketeers. I love you all, and I know that this show and the sisterhood that it stands for will live on for many, many, many more years to come. You ladies got this, and I cannot be more proud to call you my friends. I love you. And CBS released a statement about Chen's departure. It says, "For 8 seasons, Julie Chen has co-hosted The Talk with incredible energy, grace, and professionalism. Her talents played a big role in our successful launch of CBS's first network daytime talk show, and in the series' growth into an Emmy Award-winning broadcast. All of us here have tremendous appreciation for the dedication and passion she brought to the show every day, and for her generous role as an ambassador for CBS Daytime. We are grateful for her many other contributions, respect her decision, and wish Julie all the best in everything she does." And, she says that, she has to take care of her husband and her son because she stands by him and she loves him. And Julie basically said, Gilbert said, "Julie is our friend. This is our nice season, and we've been together since the beginning. I love her. I support her always." And basically, she did say, however, it's an important time in our culture. And just because this hits close to us, it doesn't change the story. So that's what she said last week. So I'm going to tell you something else she said. She talked about Carrie Anaba, and she said, "You look good sitting in that chair, my Asian sister." And so I think she was putting a dig at putting the plug for Carrie Anaba. Now, I'm going to tell you what I noticed, which was very interesting. Cheryl Underwood cried because I do believe they did genuinely get along and like each other. I do believe she liked Eve because Eve was not threatening. And if it wasn't for Sarah Gilbert producing the show, she wouldn't have become the Barbara Walters of CBS. I said it just like that because Barbara Walters created The View, which was a mimic, which was inspired, which the talk really followed behind and was mimicking. But I gotta say, what was really, really profound is that Sharon Osbourne put her whole head down the entire time. She didn't look up. She put her head down. She wouldn't even have the decency to acknowledge that Julie Chen called you your friend. And this is why I really don't like Sharon Osbourne. You're a hypocrite. You was kissing this woman's ass because she was married to the boss. The minute this woman and her husband, and I don't like them at all, but the minute these two, the house of cards fell, you basically didn't give a shit about them. And I have to say it like that. You basically threw them under the bus like you didn't even know them. And I basically feel as though you're hypocrite. And it's very straight. It's very funny how when people get into trouble, you really find out who your real friends are. And Cheryl Osbourne, I'm just loving this. I don't feel bad for Julie Chen. I really don't. And I have to say that my prediction is that she'll host Big Brother probably if they don't buy out her contract. I believe that she's trying to hold on to Big Brother because she is the original host of the U.S. version. And that's the only thing she has left. But I do believe that they're probably going to buy her out. And what she's most likely going to do is she's probably going to create digital media where it's going to be probably online because she does have a master's degree in journalism. She is a bona fide journalist. But the reality is that nobody likes Julie Chen, not even the people on CBS. And I'm going to talk about that in another video, most likely tomorrow. People did not like Julie Chen. But because she was a boss's wife, basically she had power to fire people. Even if he liked them, if she didn't want them there, she could basically lie and her husband would basically get rid of them. I'm going to explain that. And, I just love that, I just made a video about Camille Cosby and her situation with her husband. And I find it to be very, very, very interesting that this happened the day after Camille filed that motion to have the judge investigated for basically ethics violation. Because this woman said on her show that Camille Cosby should be ashamed of herself for standing up for her husband. You basically shamed an elder of our community. She is married to an icon. You're not an icon. Your husband's not an icon. Bill Cosby's an icon. And your channel carried the torch to have this man convicted. Now your husband is being accused of forced oral sex. If it's discovered that he actually did that, not only will they be able to never pay your husband the $120 million, but they could actually a lawsuit can be filed against your husband, and possibly if those charges don't have a statute of limitation on them, he can be charged for forcible sexual battery. But see, you were so gung-ho about taking down Bill Cosby, you didn't even realize that you had a glass house yourself. Well, not him, but you had a glass house. You was living in one the whole time. And I just love the fact that Poetic Justice came to slap you in the face. So the dream of you being Barbara Walters, that's gone. And I loved how the View really shut her down. And the View never spoke about the talk, except for one time when Joy Behar made a dig at it. But I like how the show that you basically remembered, because I remember reading that Sarah Gilbert wanted to make a show about family and mothers. But the original concept turned out to be something that was basically stylized off of The View, but was talk more about entertainment, mothers and families, and less about politics. But it turned to be just a gossip fest when it was supposed to be a show about moms. So basically, although Sarah Gilbert produced the show, it was Julie Chen that was running it. And I think now that Julie Chen is out the door, maybe Sarah Gilbert will bring it back to the way it once was, or maybe it'll stay. But the real question is, will this show be able to last without Julie Chen? I'm not sure. I can't say. I don't really care. I don't really like it. But maybe I may tolerate it just a little bit more over the fact that the chick is gone. But I just have to say something. I did have a dream today that Julie Chen and Sharon Osbourne did get into an altercation. And Sharon Osbourne was insulting her. And Julie Chen made a comment about basically, at least I know how to wash dishes. And for me, I was like, what was she saying about that? Because in the dream, when she made the comment, Sharon Osbourne's mouth dropped. And so I think what she was referring to was, at least I know how to basically clean up dirt in my house and basically present myself like I'm pristine clean, whereas you and your own husband can't, because when you all have scandals, it stinks on you all. And that's the truth. They look shabby, they look tacky, they look frowsy. Julie Chen presents herself clean, but you're not clean. So I think it was a concept of both of them have dirt on each other, but it was just that at the time being, Julie knew how to clean hers up. Sharon, you can't. So it tells me that these women weren't really friends. It was just for show. But I have to make one final comment, and this was the funniest that I came across when I was reading the article, and it really is funny. So basically, as I was about to read it, there was something I saw that was on a Twitter post. And Twitter this woman posted something, and she's an astrologer, and her Twitter page is called Stars, Moon, and Sun. And it reads, Julie Chen is going to go through it over the next years as Saturn rolls over her sun, Venus, and squares her descendant. Pluto on the ICMC axis is coming for her entire life right now. Hashtag the talk. Now, I don't know how to read astrological charts like that, but I do follow astrology in terms of like descriptions of the different horoscopes. But that was the one that had me rolling. That's why I was laughing in the intro, because I had just read that. And to me, I'm just going to say this. Whether the astrologer is right or wrong, I do believe that her house of cards are falling. I believe that everything that she built through this man is going to crumble. But I'm going to also say this. I do believe that she's making the right move with saying about her husband because she has no other choice. Les Moonves built you. He built you. I would like to know who played for the plastic surgery because they did a decent job because you looked bad. You looked bad. It had nothing to do with her heritage. She just looked bad. And so I gotta know who did your surgery. Maybe it was him. Maybe she was messing with him the whole time. But before she even got to the national forefront. But it's like, this man built you up. You can't go anywhere else. Nobody else built you on to be on a national platform but your husband. So if you was to stay on the talk, your husband would get rid of you, dump you, and you would never be able to live that life of luxury. If you are to stand by him, you can't be on the talk. So basically, she did make a smart move financially by staying with him. But in the long run, it's like she still is losing. She's the loser of today. She's a loser of the day. And to me, she should be donkey. I would say she should be donkey of the day because this woman lost big time because your career is done. You're not going to be able to be a journalist anymore because you're tied to a husband that's accused of sexual assault. And it's a wrap, boo-boo. It's a wrap. And on that note, this is your girl, Miss Analytical, signing off. Make sure to follow me on Spreaker.com. Make sure to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Share this video. Hit the notification bell. And I will be back soon. Later.